children. Today in this video we are going to study about the chapter tissues. Okay, so this chapter is been discussed in 9th standard state and NCERT syllabus also, and even 7th ICSE. So these children can refer this video to know more about the tissues. Alright, tissues, you know that our body is been built by a single cell. Okay, so when the cells start dividing, there is a formation of many group of cells. So group of cells is known as tissues. Now you know that in the embryo, when a zygote is being formed, that is a single cell. Okay, so when these cells start dividing, there are many cells formed and each cells groups to perform a similar function. Okay, so if you take, some cells will form into a skin, some cells form into a muscle, some cells form into any other organs. Okay, so this, when zygote is a single cell start dividing, it forms into a many group of cells. So that group of cells is known as tissues. Okay, so you know that cell is a basic structural unit of our life. Okay, and now these tissues we are going to discuss in the multicellular organisms only, because unicellular organisms have only one cell and they have been built by a single cell itself. They are not going to divide, so there is no formation of tissues. These tissues only in the multicellular organisms. Okay, so when cells start dividing, they form into a tissues to perform a similar function. Then there is a group of tissues form into a organs. Then later organs into a group of organs form into a organ system. Then group of organ system form into a organism. So this is how we have been developed or we have grown. Okay, so this cell divides, form into a group of cells, so that is a tissue which perform a similar functions. Then group of tissues form into a organs, group of organs form into a organ system, group of organ system form into a organism. Tissue, the first we have classified plant tissue as meristematic tissue. So first we will learn about the meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue. Say, these tissues are seen in growing parts of the plants. Okay, so if you take the tip of the plant or root, tip of the stem, there and all meristematic tissues will be there. Okay, because these meristematic tissues are the dividing cells. The cells will be dividing. Okay, and they are the one which is helping to grow the plants. Okay, they are the one which are helping to grow the plants. So meristematic tissues are found in growing part. Okay, growing part of the plant. Example, root, tip of the plant, stem. Okay, so these here we are finding the meristematic tissue. Then these tissues, the cells of these tissues are very small. Okay, cells are small, and meristematic tissues, cells are dividing. They are dividing because you know that they are present in the growing part. So when the cells divide only, the plants are growing, right? Whether the organism or a plant or any living system. When the cells grow only, that is when you come for the multicellular system, multicellular organism. When cells divide only, there is a growth. Okay, so in the meristematic tissues, cells are dividing. Then here cell walls are thin. Cell walls are thin. Okay, so these are the points you can write for the meristematic tissues. found in growing part of the plant, that is tip, root tip or stems. Cells are small, cells are dividing, cell walls are thin. Another point, cells, yeah, cells are without vacuoles, okay, without vacuoles. So you can write down these, note down these 5 points. So meristematic tissues found in growing part of the plant, cells are small, cells are dividing, that is you can say actively dividing, cell walls are thin and cells are present without vacuoles, okay, cells are without vacuoles. Parenchyma tissue. See, these parenchyma tissues are found in the soft part of the plant body, okay, soft part of the plant body. Then this parenchyma helps in the storage of the food, okay. So you know that after the photosynthesis process, when the food is prepared by the plants, they are going to store it in the form of starch, no? So this parenchyma tissues helps in storage of food. And when you take example of potatoes, potatoes have most of the parenchyma tissues where starch is being present, because starch in the sense stored food, right? So, and these parenchyma tissues have a very large intercellular cells, okay, large intercellular cells. Then this parenchyma tissue mainly helps in the buoyancy of the plant. If you see the lotus and all, no, they will be floating in the water. So this parenchyma tissue is present in this buoyancy. Wherever this buoyancy, plants are floating or the flowers floating, that is plants only, okay, buoyancy in plants. Fine. So these are the points about the parenchyma tissue. They are present in the soft part of the plant body. So wherever throughout the plant body, wherever there is a soft characteristics, there this parenchyma tissue is present, and it is going to help in the storage of food. And they have a large intercellular cells, and they are present in the buoyancy. Wherever the plants which have a buoyancy characteristic, their parenchyma tissue is being present, okay. Going to the next tissue, that is collenchyma tissue. So this collenchyma tissue is being present in the veins of leaves, stems, okay, that is young stems. So these parts, the collenchyma tissue is present, and this collenchyma tissue are having thick walled cells, okay, thick walled and elongated cells, The intercellular spaces are less in this, intercellular spaces are less, okay. So this collenchyma tissue present in the veins of leaves, young stem, and they have a thick wall cells and elongated cells where intercellular spaces are little, okay. So collenchyma tissues are present in the veins of leaves, young stem, and they have a thick wall elongated cells where intercellular spaces are less, and this collenchyma tissue will give a strength, okay, strength to the plant body, So this is about the collenchyma tissue. Next we have another one, that is sclerenchyma tissue, right? So these tissues are very thick cell walled, okay, they are thick cell wall, and they are long also, long cells, they have a long cells. Intercellular spaces are absent at all, okay, intercellular spaces are absent. Fine. So sclerenchyma tissue, they have a thick cell wall and long cells. Intercellular spaces are absent. Then they are going to give a mechanical support. Okay, mechanical support to the plant body. Because these sclerenchyma tissues are rigid. Okay, they are rigid and they are present in the dead cells. So they are giving mechanical support to the plant body. So about collenchyma tissue and the sclerenchyma tissue. Sclerenchyma tissue, they have a thick cell wall and long cells. Intercellular spaces are absent. Mechanical support, they provide mechanical support to plant body because they have a rigid and present in the dead cells. Okay. Now the next thing, we had classified this permanent tissue as complex permanent tissue. So complex permanent tissues. Okay, this is the classification of permanent tissue. This complex permanent tissue is further classified into xylem tissue and the phloem tissue. Okay, see, this xylem tissues are, main function of these xylem tissues is to conduct, means they are going to transport water and minerals. Okay, water and minerals to the plant body. And where they are going to take this water and minerals, they are going to conduct it from the roots to the tip of the plant body. Okay, then these having a unidirectional conduction. Okay, unidirectional, because you know that if this is a xylem tissue, the roots will be here. They have to take the water and minerals from the bottom to the top, right? That is against the gravitational force. So that is because of they are conducting these food and minerals and water because of osmotic pressure and diffusion process. Okay, so because of diffusion and osmosis process, they are conducting these minerals and water from the bottom to the top. So diffusion process and osmotic process is in the sense the movement of minerals or water from higher region to the lower region. Okay, fine. So here there will be only one direction. Water and minerals will be absorbed in the roots, and that is passed to all parts of the plant body. And these xylem tissues are present in the dead cells. Okay, dead cells. So this is about the xylem. Xylem is going to conduct water and minerals, means it is going to transport water and minerals through all parts of the body from the root. Okay, coming to the phloem. Phloem tissue is going to conduct food. Okay, conduct food from the leaves to all parts of the plant body. You know that leaves will be preparing the food because they are having the chlorophyll pigment and they are green in color. So not only leaves, wherever the green color is there, they are preparing the food. So mainly it is in the leaves. Okay, so they are going to conduct food, means transport food from the leaves to all parts of the plant body. Okay, and here phloem have a bidirectional in the sense they are going to carry in the both way. Okay, from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top. Okay, fine. So these are the points of xylem and phloem tissue. Okay children, in this video we studied about the plant tissues and their classification. In the next video I am going to explain you about the animal tissue. Thank you.
Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe and share with your friends.